Helen, we are live. Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Blockchain Game Alliance. Another week, another set of demo days. So we're here to bring you the latest in blockchain gaming. Super happy to be here. And we've got some cool new projects for you guys. We have GameFi, Tashi Protocol, and of course, Ascend the End. So I'm super happy to be here with you guys. Good morning. Hello.
Hello.
All right,
Morning.
awesome. Yes. Perfect. So in this specific demo day, we're going to be running through the different services and games that are going to be presented by our awesome people here. But before that, there's also a chance to win some pretty cool prizes. And I didn't disclose it on our socials because I want people to be actively engaged while watching the demo day, and we usually do it live. But in that, but anyways, for GameFi, we have $100 worth of BW tokens, and for Tashi Protocol, we have um, the amount wasn't disclosed, but there is a chance to win some Tashi tokens. And of course, last but not the least, Ascend the End, a whitelist for a Genesis collection in Ascend the End. All right. So with that being said, first up we have GameFi. So welcome, Paul Linsel. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce it correctly, but
Well, good.
anyway, welcome to the Blockchain Game Alliance Demo Day. Can you tell us a bit more about yourself, what you do, and of course, GameFi as well?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Paul Linsell. I'm CEO, founder, game director, UX designer, man of many hats, as we're an indie studio. Been designing games in Web3 for about 6, 7 years. Seems to be longer some days. So yeah, on a day-to-day basis, I'm working on game direction, leading the team, getting involved in pretty much every angle of game design, everything but everything but the code.
Awesome, yes. And do you have a? Can you show us a demo of Botwart's Ascendance, or
Yeah,
can you tell
definitely.
us?
I just work to share my screen. Bear with me. It should be loading. Just getting killed in the background while that's loading. Is my screen sharing good?
Yes, we can see it.
Can see.
Thank you.
Cool. So yeah, Bot Wars Ascendance. It's a free-to-play, space-based MMO that seamlessly merges rich, persistent world with RPG mechanics, tactical combat. Players have true ownership of all of their in-game assets, customizable NFT fleets. I'm just getting killed there. 1 second. And that basically allows players to engage in both PvE storylines and combat, as well as PvP as well. Um, just going to kill this guy while I sort of talk about the direction of the game. So the game is set 300 years in the future. Mankind, as we know currently, have built AI that basically wanted to destroy them. So the remnants of humanity have fled to space. 300 years later, they haven't heard from the evil AI that went to destroy them, and suddenly you take the role of a displaced science officer who, after returning from a mission, you end up home to find that your colony's been destroyed by the evil spectrum that's basically come to find you. So you flee to the nearest colony, and that happens to be New Haven, which is the one that I'm currently playing in now, and take on a role as a freelancer. And the aim there is to sort of build your defenses and earn an income, survive, and basically hopefully thrive in the universe as well. The gameplay is probably best described as combination between something like World of Warcraft and StarCraft. So it's very much MMO with some sort of RTS elements overlaid in there as well. Your character is essentially your mothership. This one here I've got is the Armadillo, and they come in a variety of different classes. And we're trying to follow the classes that you would expect in RPG, from tanks, healers, ranged attack, etc. There's heaps of things like missions and stuff to get involved in, and the kind of core controls are point and click, right click to move your camera and your vessel, and then you're basically looking about getting missions from NPCs. So let's find the nearest NPC. So this is the play zone map. Um, all of the blue triangles are other players or NPCs, and you can kind of set a course on the map that will start moving in the direction of wherever you need to go. And you come alongside any particular NPCs and you can pick up missions. As I'm moving there, I'll just show you that we get a mission log, and I've got a bunch of different things. Go and collect certain minerals, help out people repairing, find some gold, maybe loot titanium, scout for. This one is trying to get me to find a military post, so I need to try and find where that is. And then you've got a bunch of different vessels that you can kind of build, little drones. So you can go in your hangar, you can get mining vessels that gather resources, attack vessels for attacking, and you can scout areas and harvest gas and stuff like that. So um, I have a particular mission at the moment called, let's pick this one, Golden Opportunity. So I need to basically find a place called Vanguard's Vault, which is in Sector 1-1, and then prospect for some gold ore. So if I was to look on my map, do I actually have Vanguard's Vault? No, it's a 1-1. So I think it's in this area. So I can send a scout just to check. So my little scout vessel will go and check that area for me and see if it's the right place. Um, then you get things like, so here's an NPC. So you can move up to him. They'll also, maybe some of them will be able to sell you merchandise. And you can see there's other little ships of activity. There's things like asteroids to mine. Send my little mining ships out there. So this is where like the RTS kind of style controls come in as well. So these little drones will go and mine resources, bring them back to the mothership. This is another player at the moment, Boogeyman, which I can actually attack and go into combat if I wanted to. But my mining vessels here will just keep filling up, depleting these asteroids, and then they'll return back to your mothership. So if I just check on my scout, so he's going in this area, hopefully going to find the Vanguard's Vault, which is the area that I need to go for my mission. And you can see that as the scout explores the area, the fog of war map slowly reveals. Give you a little idea of the size of this MMO. So currently this play zone is quite large. And this is only a demo, by the way, but in the demo we've got around 15 hours of gameplay, which is about 50 missions, and then endless PvP encounter on top of that. So my little drone is about to get destroyed, but I think he has uncovered where we need to go. Just double check. Yeah, so in these I can inspect, and it says that there is a chance to find the pure gold ore, which is what I'm after. So I'm going to set a course with my mothership there, and then I can actually start that mission. So if we look at combat, obviously I'm in the safe zone at the moment, which is New Haven. So there's not really much combat happening other than PvP, which is freelancer against freelancer. You'll see as I travel through, there's various other forges and silos and NPC structures. So these are all just friendly units, and as you click over to inspect them, it tells you whether they're hostile, friendly, neutral. You can attack them, but not really going to serve much purpose because they're neutral. Here are some of the Spectrum scouts. So these guys I can go and attack. So I can send my attack drones, select them here. So these little guys you'll see deploy, and these are kind of automated. Or if I change the course with my mothership and bring that around, as these, and sorry if it's small on the screen, as the drones have come in range, I can use my mothership's weapons and shoot them with lasers to gradually take them down. I've got some defensive cannons which will shoot anything that comes in range, so they activate for around a minute, and they will automatically target any threats. I can filter out and send my attack drones to get them. So you end up quite a few tasks to juggle, and your main weapons like this railgun, very powerful but has quite a long cooldown. So you can kind of one-shot some of these smaller enemies. And if things get too hot for you, you can speed boost out. Let's move over this way. Just see if we can finish off those last guys. Everything you destroy kind of leaves some form of debris. Now, again, you can salvage those with your mining vessels, and then you'll get more resources. It's a very resource-intensive game. Everything you do, you need steel and iron and stuff to make stuff. Anytime you need to make new vessels or drones, you use resources. So while we're traveling, I can go in and say, okay, each of my vessels here is an NFT. They come in different rarities, mythical, legendary, common, etc., and they require a certain number of resources to build. So, for example, let's build this common level 5 bomber. Obviously, it's got different attributes to some of the other vessels. This one's particularly slow, but very high powered. So we'll start that building. It takes a couple of minutes to build. These other two are just returned while we're doing that, and they need repairing. So it's, again, another resource sink, but let's just repair them so that they are full hit points. And I'm getting my ass kicked while I'm demonstrating. So let's just try and kill a few of these off. So I've arrived now at the area where I'm basically mining for the pure gold, which was the mission objective. So I'll try and do some of these, and you select them. You can see that in my inspection panel, that's where the pure gold is. So I'm going to select a few of those, deploy some mining vessels. They're going to go and prospect and salvage. As you can see, my ship is getting his ass kicked at the moment because I'm not focusing that much. But when you receive damage, again, you need to repair. So it'll tell you on the mothership screen what resources you need to repair. I'm going to try and boost through that if I can, but you can't repair while getting attacked. Let's get a few of them off. So you see you have to have a combination of your kind of RPG controls, combat controls, as well as seeing what your little drones are doing as well, which is where we kind of merge this genre of RPG and RTS. It's quite novel. Hopefully I'm not going to get fully destroyed before I can demonstrate some of the missions. Okay. Try and do that one. Try and repair. There we go. I'll just boost through the repair. So while my little drones are mining, they should return, and hopefully I'll get a notification to say that yeah, I've currently collected 3 of the 10 bits of ore. With your mothership, essentially your main character, you can customize it with all sorts of different boosts, engine boosts, weapon boosts, maneuverability, and you can come into the mothership builder when you're repaired. Okay, let's try now. And you basically can collect modules and buy modules, find modules, which are all NFTs. And if they are of the right level for you, you can basically add them to any of the available nodes. So like here, you can add an engine. As you can see here, I've got weapons, laser turrets added. stability modules, all sorts of different stuff to enhance the performance of your mothership. Um, so let's just see how I'm doing on that mission. Still only got 3, so I need to send a few more. That one's got gold ore, chance of finding gold ore. So I think in that demonstration of battle, one of my mining ships got destroyed. So I'm just going to build a couple more. So even though parts of the gameplay initially feel quite slow, there's always something to do from building to building, repairing, upgrading. So even if you're traveling a distance in the game, there's usually something to keep you quite occupied. And my little mining vessels are getting some heat, so I'll take them in there as well. So heaps of different mission archetypes to be playing, from escort missions, gathering missions, combat missions, exploration missions. And there's currently some uh, mini world bosses also implemented, which I'll just go and see if I can. There you go. So in that process, I've earned some more XP and leveled up. So I'm just digging to level 6. And with each of your ships, you get a skill tree. And that allows you to customize your experience. Maybe here you can kind of focus your skill points on fortitude, increase maybe your shields. It could be vitalize, which is all your health points, repair times. You can see here everything in green I've invested in, which is velocity, maneuverability, and acceleration. These ones are about mining speed, and I've now got 3 more points to spend, which I think I would put on attack on this one. So this will increase my attack range of my mothership. So I'm just going to head over to show you one of the little bosses, and while heading over there, I'm going to repair a few of my drones and build a couple more to give me some backup during this little battle. So I'll probably lose, as is a demonstration. So at the moment, I can just boost through these purely as it's a demo game, but they take about a minute or so to build or repair. And the aim again is this is always about resources required to do so. Social game, as you can see, there's quite a few other players online at the moment, all doing their own thing. A few guys floating around here, all the blue triangles. The red ones are typically the enemies. The evil spectrum, which is the AI that humans created to make the world a better place, and then they turned against us, pretty much like what's happening in the world at the moment. So maybe we're telling fortunes in this game. So you can see this one is the Neuralizer, which is the Spectrum enemy. It's a mini boss, only level 3, so I'm just turned level 6, so I should have a pretty good chance of beating this guy. He's likely to send in some wave attacks of little vessels. Just clear this other guy first, because he's just depleting my shield. So here, got some asteroids blocking my view. So here he's just sent in some Centurions, so I can try and fend them off with my own drones. I'll then move in to basically try and take this boss down. I'm going to hit that. I'm already getting my ass kicked. So the bosses are kind of aimed at co-op play, and we have a lot of missions that will basically be formed on co-op. There's currently PvP in the game as well. So as a freelancer, you can attack other players, salvage the resources from their vessel, and we are currently working on various other PvP game modes as well. Kind of MOBA style PvP battle arenas, and some very fun things like that. So it's kind of multiple ways to play and use your main mothership. just send out those attack vessels as well. As you can see, I'm royally getting my butt kicked on this. Now, if you do die, which is highly probable in this battle for me, you will basically just respawn um, at a central point in the shipyard. Then you'll need to repair using resources and a bit of time, and then you can get back into the action. Um, this is usually an easier fight, certainly from what I've experienced. But as you can see, I'm about to lose all of my hit points and die. So if the game doesn't crash, I should now respawn back at the shipyard. This is again New Haven, the safe zone. So I should be able to repair happily and safely. But from here, it looks like I'm short on some bronze. So I can either go and try and mine those resources, or we can go up to an NPC. This is an NPC. Go to the merchandise section and see if they've actually got any bronze to sell. So this guy's got a few stacks of bronze. Everything in the game is using the in-game token, BW token. And we just get repairing. Nope, I still need some more. So he's got no more left. Let's try one of these other guys. Yeah, so everything uses the BW token as the in-game currency. And there is a structure over here, which is the marketplace, or one of the marketplaces. And in a moment, I'll fly over there and demonstrate how you can buy and sell your assets. Just try and get repaired first. I think that's enough bronze. Hit repair. Yeah, so we could start that timer. That'll just repair in the background while I move over to the marketplace. Then I mentioned there's always something to do, so probably haven't got any of these to repair, but they all got destroyed in that fight. So I just need to rebuild some of my attack drones, and they're different type of drones, from bombers to faster, more agile vessels. I have on this particular mothership, I've got a capacity of 13, so I can't hold any more than 13 of any of these utility vessels. So I've just pulled up to the marketplace and click view, and you can see there's a simple breakdown of the resources that you can buy off of other players. Everything's in the BW, and then a list of the current NFTs or blueprints that you could buy. So, for example, you can click in, see what this is. This is a mining drone, and then click buy if you want to do that. Or you could actually sell a bunch of things as well. So let's see if I wanted to sell this, list it for whatever price you want, whatever currency, and just connect a few things, and then it's for sale inside the game. So you don't need to withdraw your assets in order to sell them, which is pretty cool. So in the mothership, as I've leveled up to level 6 now, I can add some new weapons. So that's a new missile turret, and we'll stick another one there, and I've got some level 9 lasers. So as I'm adding these, you can see that the stats in the top left corner have just increased. So this particular one has boosted my health, my attack power, and range. Click build. It will take a couple of minutes to go through and build that new configuration. When we go live on mainnet, that will also start to remint some of the NFTs for some of the motherships. Yeah. So I don't want to take up all your day with just showing you different missions, but that's generally the way that the game works. And as you can see, there's huge, persistent world to explore, with lots of missions and PVE, PvP to have fun with. I think that would be the end of my demo.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Paul. We got a bunch of comments from our viewers. Number one is from PCAC. Is this like StarCraft 2 but in space? I think it's very similar to StarCraft, but it's based. I'm not quite sure, but it is um, very similar to RTS games, real-time strategy games. We also have a comment from Crypto AI. This game is action-packed, so we got a few people asking on how they can play Bot Wars, which was I'm gonna ask you as well. Is there any way to access the game or access the demo?
Mm. So just to step back to the point about StarCraft 2. So this really is, we think, a merger of genres. So this kind of um, merger of your sort of traditional MMORPG with StarCraft 2, and I think this really comes back to some of our influences from games that we loved and have played over the years, which, World of Warcraft, StarCraft, StarCraft 2. So you'll see elements of both types of gameplay in Bot Wars. In terms of how you can play at the moment, we are running a play to airdrop event. So players are able to come in. There was 200 spaces available. You can find a link to sign up in our Telegram channel and on our Twitter feed. And you're tasked with getting up to level 10, completing the various missions, and then there's a play to airdrop reward based on which level you're able to reach in the time frame.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. So, again, folks, if you're very interested or if you're interested in playing Bots Wars Ascendance, I've sent a link to learn more about it through their website. Again, they're running a play to
Play to
airdrop campaign.
airdrop.
Yes, play to airdrop campaign. If you reach some certain level, they'll give you some tokens, if I'm not mistaken. So there are only 200 slots, if I'm not mistaken. Paul, is that correct? Only
Correct.
200.
Yep.
Yes, awesome. So be sure to check it out, Bots Wars Ascendance. And I think that's it. So thank you very much for presenting. I think it's a really cool RTS game. Again, it's a mix of genres, really cool gameplay. Even though you're not playing, there's still some other stuff to do. And the map is reminds me of No Man's Sky, where there's like 100 different millions of stars to go through. But anyways, thank you very much. All
Thank you.
right. All right, now for the rewards or the quiz time, we will be having $100 worth of BW tokens. Whoever can guess or answer the question correctly will win $100 worth of BW tokens. So the question is, in the game of Bot Wars Ascendants, what is the name of humanity's AI creation that has turned against them? Okay, we got um, a bunch of different answers. I don't know which one is the correct specific one, so Paul, you might need to help me out. Is it
Yeah,
Spectrum or is
it
it
is.
Evil Spectrum?
That's a tough one because I think I personally refer to them as Evil Spectrum, but the correct name is Spectrum.
Spectrum. So which one is it? Is it
It's
Spectrum or
Spectrum.
Evil
It's Spectrum, but they are
Spec?
evil as well.
That's a tough one. So, so how do?
Spectrum is the right answer.
All right, perfect. So congratulations, Mercy Crypto. You have won $100 worth of BW tokens. So congratulations. I'll be sending you the form right away. Be sure
Awesome.
to fill it out immediately so the bot wars teams can assist you properly in claiming your prize. All right. So moving on. Thank you very much for participating. Next up, we have Tashi Protocol. We have Ken Anderson. Can you tell us a bit more about yourself and the products as well of over on Tashi?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Ken Anderson. I was one of the founding employees of Hedera Hashgraph. Loved the consensus protocol. And when I left Hedera, I thought, what can we do with this consensus protocol? What real Web2, real world value thing can we do with this Web3 tech? And so we rewrote the algorithm in Rust. We tuned it for gaming, and we're going after the gaming market. So let me actually do a quick demo of something that one of our partners is doing in early POC, if that's okay. And then I can kind of talk a little bit more about the tech, because we are not a game. We are a middleware technology for multiplayer gaming. And our goal is to take the servers out of the equation. So let me go ahead and share we go, window. There. Can you see that screen okay?
Yes, yes, we can.
Perfect. So one of our partners, Dragma Labs, has a Mario Kart style racing game, and they're building a overhead kind of low fidelity version of it. And I'm just going to play it so you can kind of see how seamless it is. So as he's playing in the top left corner, you can see all of the other screens updating along with it, staying in sync. There are no servers involved in this multiplayer game. And that's the interesting part of this. This is what Tashi is doing. We've basically taken a consensus algorithm and we've allowed games to build or developers to build multiplayer games without the server expense in the multiplayer space. So that's kind of the unique value proposition of what we've done. We've taken Web3 tech, we've optimized it for gaming, incredibly low latency. We're down to 30 to 50 milliseconds of latency on finality. There are no external blockchains involved. The players are the blockchain. So when they're playing their game, it's actually code that gets baked into the game, and the peers are all discovering each other and playing with each other. So I'm going to go ahead and also present. I'm going to present our deck real quick and just very quickly walk through it, because obviously, because we're not a game ourselves, I don't want to sit here and just show some of our partners' games, but we've got over 30 games building on us. But what we're looking at here is really an infrastructure problem. There's about $45 billion a year spent on multiplayer servers, whether it's the server tech itself or the network cost. And even in our discussions with, say, like Sony Venture a few weeks ago, they were saying they had over 200 games last year that went out of business because the developers' runway ran out before they could finish building their player base. So I think of how many cool games there were that we'll never see just because they ran out of money paying for servers. So that's one of the major problems in the space. Another one is, like, we look at big companies who have succeeded. So companies like Supercell or Cybo or Rovio, these big free-to-play mobile game platforms, these publishers, they're spending anywhere from 30 to 40% of their total revenue on network costs and server costs for multiplayer gaming. And so it's definitely a major cost in the industry. And there are entire companies that specialize in selling these things. What we think we can do with our technology is cut out the server costs and bring the entire $45 billion TAM down to about $20 billion. And so I'm thinking of these 200 games that went out of business with Sony Ventures last year. Also, there's about 1,900 games on Steam that went out of business that were multiplayer last year. And I think for them, this is an existential problem, right? They're thinking here, do I go out of business? And now we're saying there's another option, which is install and integrate with Tashi so that you can now have serverless peer-to-peer gaming. So this is very much an existential, critical, urgent problem for the multiplayer gaming space. So again, I think we can at least cut the total infrastructure costs down to about 25 billion from 45 billion. And the way we do this is we're completely eliminating the actual game simulation server costs in multiplayer. Now, obviously, there are certain types of games that this works great for. There are other kinds of games we have to get a little more creative on the net code to make it work. But we think overall, anywhere from a 40 to 50% savings in the infrastructure space is what we can do. Now, we're also doing this in a way where players don't even know that they're using our technology. It's just like the database. We don't know which database flavor people are using in behind our favorite mobile game or behind our favorite web or desktop game. We want to be that. We want to be so seamless that it's easy to integrate for the web developers and imperceptible for the players. Now, in order to do this, we have two parts. We have our SDK, which is our consensus algorithm that lets peers play peer-to-peer with no servers. But we also have a DPIN, a decentralized physical infrastructure network, that hosts relays as of right now that supports those sessions, those game sessions. And the goal there is to create reliability and consistency. And those nodes, those DPIN nodes, can pretty much run on anything. They're very simple. They just need to have internet access and they need to have very small amount of processing power, but they can support these game sessions. So we're in the process right now. We've got the SDK live. We're working with a bunch of game developers We're running on Unity. We're building out for Unreal right now. We can operate in Godot as well. So we're live with the SDK. We've got game developers building on our technology, and we're about to launch our DPIN. So this is kind of why we're getting involved here, is we want to make sure people are aware of the fact that we're going to be launching this node network very soon. Probably in the next few weeks, we'll be launching our alpha testnet. The alpha testnet is just volunteer opt-in, but then shortly after we'll be doing our beta testnet, and our beta testnet will be an incentivized testnet. So anybody who wants to run a node, we're actually going to be giving away the nodes. It's just software you install on any device. It's simple. You can run it pretty much anywhere, even on a Raspberry Pi. But what we're going to say is when we do our token generation event, you're going to take the token and stake it to that node, and that becomes your reputation for our selection algorithm for participating in these game sessions. And so the more you stake, the more likely you are to get selected into a game session, which means the more chances you have of earning from those game sessions. So that's our model, is we're giving away our nodes. You can run it anywhere, and then you stake your Tashi token to it. Now, our Tashi token, the token generation event, is going to be later in the year. But during our incentivized testnet, we're going to be giving away the testnet Tashi token. As people participate, that will be convertible at a particular ratio to the mainnet Tashi token. So if we think about how this works, I already kind of talked about it. We have two parts, which is the Tashi consensus, and then we have the DPIN layer. So the Tashi consensus, again, we don't have any blockchains separate from the game session. So if we want to play a game of Minecraft, for example, it would just be 4 to 8 players that are friends. We all connect our clients. We log into our Minecraft client. We select which friends we want to play with, and boom, we're up and running. We're directly connected to each other. We're not talking to an external blockchain. We're not talking to servers. It's just us strictly peer-to-peer. Now, to do that reliably, we have to have a relay network, and that's where the DPIN comes in. So the DPIN is going to offer a whole bunch of services, and you can think of this as moving gaming cloud infrastructure into a DPIN network, or to the edge. So a lot of services are going to be there. We're partnering with a bunch of companies, including Beamable, Aether. There's a bunch of companies in the space we're working with. I actually had some very interesting conversations over the last few days with Beamable here at GDC about how we can seamlessly use their matchmaking service to spin up Tashi sessions very quickly for matchmaking random players together. So I'm not going to go too much into the detail, but fundamentally, let's just say that the peers talk to each other. And what they get out of consensus is they're all broadcasting their game events. And then our consensus algorithm is ordering or sorting those game events so that everybody is operating on the same order. And we end up with a synchronized state between the players. So I already showed you, I showed you the second half of this video. This is one of our, the proofs of concepts with one of our partners who's actually going to build this out. But now if we look back at it, maybe it makes a little bit more sense. And kind of how revolutionary this is, how this partner here is playing a 4-player game with no servers, and all of their games are staying in sync. So that's what Tashi's doing. Very quick presentation, I know, but we're really interested right now. We've got a few parties that we're looking at talking to. One of them is we want to talk to other game middleware and backend services and servers to integrate with them and partner with them to make their projects more successful. We're looking at talking to public networks and how we can integrate with them. We've got a few different cool techniques we can do with cryptography for prediction markets around gaming and loading and unloading assets into various games using our protocol. We're also looking for game developers to be design partners to help us make this the cleanest, most seamless integration process. And then obviously we're always looking for investors. We're about halfway through our seed round, but we're spending the next year getting games live, because if you've ever been in the gaming space building a game, Paul can attest to this, I'm sure, gaming takes a long time to build. Like, it takes a long time to build games, right? And so everybody that we're working with, we've connected with over the last year, and we expect that this year we'll be launching 2, maybe even 3 games live into the public to play using Tashi technology. But that's what we're using the seed round for, is building out the DPIN network and getting those first 1 to 3 games off the ground and into market, and incentivizing them to do that. So if you have any questions, my information's on the screen. You can connect with us at our website, tashi.gg, or even tashi.network. That's our new one. And then ken@tashi.gg is my email, and then you can scan that there to connect with me on Telegram.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ken. I think it's a very, very interesting concept. And I agree. I couldn't agree more, of course, being involved in game development myself. One of the biggest problems, of course, is servers. And we also got a comment from PCAC. Players and studios will love this. Infrastructure businesses will hate this. Yes, because it's going to save a ton of money on this. So I think it's very revolutionary and couldn't agree more. And yeah, thank you. So if you guys are interested in learning more about Tashi Protocol, I think they're going to be launching their DPIN in the next couple of weeks, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct? Or was it something else? Yes. Be sure
Yeah,
to
that's
check it
right.
out. Yeah, okay, awesome. So be sure to check it out at tashi.gg to learn more. I think it's a great service for those people, especially in the game development industry. It's going to save you a ton of money and a lot of headaches as well. So anyway, with that being said, thank you so much, Ken. And now for the most awaited part of the series, we're going to have another giveaway, and the prize is actually an upcoming Tashi token. So the amount hasn't been disclosed. Maybe Ken, you can give us a some insight there on what's the amount going to be for the Tashi token.
Um, Unfortunately, I don't remember what it is. Somebody told me, and I don't remember what it is. So if you win it, I will find out immediately and get you
Okay.
sorted.
All right. Awesome. All right, folks, you ready? So here comes the question for Tashi protocol, and here you go. What benefits do game developers get from using Tashi? A, lower infrastructures. B, increased C, anti-cheat features. Or D, all of the above. Okay, most of the people answered letter D. Is that correct?
That's right. All of the above.
All right, awesome. And the first one to answer is it is it Romeo? Oh no no, it's Mercy Crypto. All right, so we have another winner again. So congratulations, Mercy Crypto, for winning. It may be because some of the people are actually lagging behind the stream, but anyways, congratulations for winning the um Tashi giveaway. So we'll hook you up. Please fill out the form here so Tashi can get you out sorted. Can get you sorted. All right, awesome. So say thank you so much again, Ken. And yeah, all right. Next up, last but not the least, we have another game, which is Ascend the End. So welcome, Alexander Bedov or Bedov. Sorry if I butchered that. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Beto is okay. Thank you.
All right, right, awesome. Yes. So can you tell us a bit more about yourself and about and of course Ascend the End?
Yes, sure. I'm Alexander Bedov. I'm the founder and CEO of Vasiona Studio, and we're working on Ascend Universe, which is the ecosystem. And the part of this ecosystem is Ascend the End as the flagship title. And we have a Telegram game as well that we will launch in probably in a week or 2 weeks. And we have our Ascend agents that are supporting all of the ecosystem, and there is like a separate branch that we're building with them. And today I will focus, and basically our studio is mostly focused on Ascend the End that I will present right now. So if you see my screen,
Yes.
okay,
Yes, we can.
great. So Ascend the End is the extraction PvPvE shooter with roguelite elements, but at this stage, the mostly what you would see is extraction shooter elements. So we have our shelter when I logged in inside of the game, and I will go through what we can do here. Every battle is basically we are staking our gear, like Escape from Tarkov, for instance. Basically, we are buying the gear we're collecting our resources inside of the match, and if we lose, we are losing our gear. And contrary, whatever we got from enemies and players inside of the match, we will have it in future. I will build some assault rifle. I will craft some ammo, but I think I have enough. We have a dismantle as well, and that's basically what we are doing in the craft. We could trade our gear or buy items in the radio station, in the trading station, and we have our bionic slabs where we could buy or upgrade our suits. We will add bunch more elements there, but now I will go straight to the match and show you how it looks. I think I'm good to go. I have my assault rifle, one medical pack, and let's load up the match. When I'm loading, there is randomly chosen match conditions, which make every match different. I invited some of my colleagues, so we will see if they will come along. But if not, there is a strong PvE elements here enough to have even in a solo game like enough fun. A loading can take up for some time. Basically, the map is loading up on servers, and there is some randomness there, so it can take up to 3 minutes, but lately 2 minutes is mostly enough. So I'm here. I will try to see, because I got we got the goal to defeat the boss in our match conditions. We have the daylight, and let me see the map. There are conditions about how extraction is working. There are randomly generated airdrops, which is shown here. I will try to follow up that loot. Probably because of the streaming, I see that I have some cuts, but hopefully you guys can see. I think I'm shot by the turret here. The match now looks pretty silent, but in a later like as the match goes on, the NPCs and the waves are more and more stronger. Let me go back. I will go back and try to reach out to the airdrop that we saw. The boss will come in 7 minutes. We can see the timer in right upper part of the screen. So there are a bunch of events that can randomly happen. We have these angel statues. When Paul was explaining his game, basically we are playing with the similar narratives in terms of AI controlling the world. So what we can see is dystopian world that is left after the wars that we have. Like a third world war, and the AI which has the purpose of saving humanity was basically didn't saw any way to save it, and he didn't saw the kind of healthy way to save it. Basically, he flooded the world with the nanotechnologies, and became the autocratic leader of the world that was left. And he has his twisted vision of what it means to save basically humans. And what we are the there is I thought that we will be friends, like this is probably one of the teammates. There was the airstrike. Whoa. Okay, peace. If he's looking at the street, I will run away a little bit. So the match became tougher and tougher. More NPCs are coming, and making the tougher conditions to actually solve the goal. That was a player. And I can move around a little bit more into the match, because there is 3 more minutes until the boss is coming. I maybe don't need to play it like the whole. There is another turret there. I may show you a little bit more of the world, and these are special NPCs that are guarding these megaloots that has a few of them inside of the match, and they are a bit tougher. there are these special items that are basically the points inside the match. We have two leaderboards, and we'll combine it into the one. But currently, there is the competition of killing as much as NPCs, as many NPCs as we can, and other is collecting as many food items, how we call it, basically the point items inside the match. And yes, I can maybe finish it here. I showed the main mechanics. We have 25 seconds until the boss coming, but it depends on which area he will spawn. He can be closer or longer, so it might take a while. But I think viewers got the idea of what we are building, and there is a lot of more features that will come, and we'll have like a huge tournament preparing for the April as well. So I will go back to the shelter. I will lose my items, but I can basically as the developer, I have this privilege to just add more if I need. And yes, I can stop screen, and maybe there will be some questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alexander. Yes, I do actually have a couple of questions. Number one is, how can people, for those people watching right now on this live stream on this demo day, so I've also noticed that Absendi, and you were did you attend ETH Denver last month, if I'm not mistaken, or was it this month? But I'm pretty sure you were there. Yes, right?
No, I weren't at Denver. I was in Paris for the NFT. The question was were I in Denver? No, unfortunately not. I skipped this year.
All right. But was the team there, if I'm not mistaken? No.
No. One of our advisors were there,
Ah,
so maybe
yes.
you met
Because
him.
I saw the gameplay was very familiar on the BGA recap, and I saw Ascend the Ed, so I'm not quite sure. But
Yes.
anyway, thank you so much. Yes.
Yes.
All right. We have a couple of questions as well. One is for a specific NFT, but first, before that, before we dive into that question, is that for those people actually watching right now on this specific demo day, how can you players play the game? How can they access your game right now? As in the end.
Yes. Currently, our servers here are closed. We are doing the maintenance. We are opening we have the test to airdrop campaign, which was super successful last year, and then we have a couple of game nights, and we'll announce pretty close one more game night with a guild that I will not disclose yet, and we'll have a huge tournament in April. So, but on our hub, people can get access before, so they can get prepared to participate in the game nights and as well in the tournament that we are preparing.
All right, awesome. Yes, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Anyway, for those for you folks who are interested in learning more about SNDN, I put the link on the screen, so be sure to check it out. Yeah, thank you so much, Alexander. And we have one question from Romeo. I don't know if this is relevant, but can I
Yes.
claim the first champions Genesis NFTs?
Yes.
Maybe you're running some NFT campaign. Not quite sure about this.
We will. At the moment, we had the first stage of NFT of First Champions Genesis before. It was a free mint, and we will organize the final mint pretty soon. We are preparing everything. We had this branding restructuring and all Ascend the Universe as the ecosystem is launched just a couple of weeks before, and now we are kind of evaluating what will be the next steps in terms of Genesis. But for sure, we will have NFT minting in close time.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much. All right, folks, for the moment you've been waiting for, we now will be having another giveaway from Ascend the End. So be sure to ready your answers. So this will just be a very quick one. And the prize is going to be a whitelist for the Genesis collection. I'm not quite sure which specific rarity we're going to be getting, but you'll be sure to get a whitelist. This is for one NFT, correct, Alexander? Just for
Uh,
one.
yes, probably one, but we could, if the answer were kind of tight as the as were in last giveaways, I think we can do two, or like two whitelists.
All right, you heard it, folks. Two NFTs if you get the answer correctly, or if the answers are tight, similar to Paul. All right, so the question is, here we go. What happened to the world in the Sun universe, and what does the world currently look like right now? So we'll be waiting for a couple of minutes for the answer. Be sure to check it out for a chance to win a Genesis Collection NFT from Ascend the End. All right, we have one answer, Armageddon. Please confirm if this is correct. If not, we'll wait for 2 to 3 more minutes before we end our live stream. Otherwise, if not, we're gonna end the live stream and I'm going to raffle out the NFTs on our socials.
Yes, Armageddon is pretty close. It's a broad word, but uh, yes,
All right.
I think we can accept. Let's say that we can give the whitelist to the answer, and we can give one on the raffle, and I think that would be okay. But yes, this is closed. Basically, what happened is the Third World War destroyed like a big part of the world, and then AI initiated the big flood that basically left the world with just 1% of the land mass that we have now, and we have the world of 7 islands, and that's basically it. The world is devastated. So, but the question was pretty hard.
Yes, there is a follow-up answer to that. Mercy Crypto just commented, "This is very hard." So, so we got another answer here. The AI wiped out humanity with nanobots. Is this
Yes,
correct?
yes, we can do for the, because it's all by the P CAC. So yeah, I think he deserved the whitelist.
All right, congratulations, PCAC or PCAC. You just won a whitelist Genesis collection. We have another one, if that's okay. I don't know if this is correct. So, FER interfered and sabotaged both sides and made significant efforts to reduce conflict and damage to humanity.
That's true, but the fair AI, the narrative is kind of the good guy. But I think the question was pretty hard. Maybe we could just uh give to P CAC as the first is P CAC as
All
the
right.
first answer.
All right, awesome. So no winners for you, Romeo. Unfortunately, your answer wasn't correct. The question is a bit too hard, but that's okay. Congratulations, PCAT. You just won our giveaway from Ascend the End. Please fill out the form immediately so that the team will help you out. Congratulations. All right, there we go. Be sure to check it out immediately so it won't get lost. All right, awesome. Yes, thank you. So thank you very much. Yes. All right. Awesome. So I think that's it. So thank you so much, folks, for being here today. I've learned a lot and enjoyed, especially from Paul, Ken, and Alexander. I think the games are actually pretty interesting, and of course for Tashi Protocol, with one very outstanding comment that the server infrastructure business is going to lose some business over this revolutionary service. So I think it's pretty great. So I'll be creating a thread sometime later today, highlighting all the stuff that we've talked about inside this demo day. If you have any specific links that you want to share with me, you can do so right now in our private chat after we end our stream so we can include them in our Twitter thread. But anyways, thank you so much for being here with our demo day. And as always, welcome to the Blockchain Game Alliance. Thank you so much for being here and have a good one, guys. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you. Have a
All
great
right.
day.